subscribers, viewers, and Real American Cougar friends. Nice to be with you on another evening here to have a little talk from the heart. Thank you all subscribers and viewers and friends and followers of the Facebook page. I appreciate your kindness. I appreciate your loyalty. I've been getting some good ideas from people out there, and I thank you very much. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about getting to know your feminine energy and getting in touch with yourself. And one of the things I have found that has helped me the most is to deal with my inner child. And everyone has an inner child. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, we all have this part inside of us that is part of our personality that reacts and feels like a child. Your inner child can be calm and content, or it can act out like any child. But your inner child is that part of your personality that remembers things. It remembers things. It remembers attitudes. It remembers things somebody may have said or experiences that may have happened, and files them away and develops emotions and attitudes about our life through our life long because of the memories that your inner child retains. And you can, that is for a real thing. Everyone has one. You can look it up. And it's your personality, part of your personality that you need to deal with and you need to come to terms with to grow as a person, to just grow as a person. Some people never grow up. They say never grow up. I don't know that people never grow up because of their inner child, but I think it helps people grow and mature to get to know themselves by getting in tune with their inner child. I think it's very important for everyone. It was very important for me. And once you get to know your inner child, the first thing when you do is accept that it's there. And once you accept that it's there, that opens up a whole new world of existence for you. And I'll explain that as we go here. Understanding your inner child is going to help you understand your own self. It helped me understand my own self. And, you know, people can say, well, this is a crazy idea. This is crazy. This woman's crazy. Say what you want. But you need to keep an open mind. Because if you keep an open mind, you're going to learn so much, number one. And if you keep an open mind, you're going to acknowledge that your inner child is there. One of the first things you got to do is, toward accepting your inner child, is just to listen. Listen, because your inner child will tell you things. Your inner child may not be loud and boisterous. It may be quite quiet. I'm boisterous. I'm outspoken. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to be active. But I can tell you that when I found my inner child is quiet and timid and doesn't really like to come out too much. My inner child was told no a lot. No. For just basic little things that as a child I would have loved and went and did, or I didn't do a lot of things that other kids my age did because I wasn't allowed to. Being in a religious family, there are things that you're not always allowed to do that other kids do, and it does make an impression on you, and I was always told no, so I don't always like to come out. I give in to my inner child sometimes because sometimes you just have to. One of the ways that I give in to my inner child when I need to get out and I want to get out is I make myself go out, number one. And if I'm somewhere where I might know a couple people there, or I might know the host of the situation or whatever, but I don't know too many other people there, and especially if there are a lot of other people there, I'll talk to a few people and I might have a little something to eat, or, you know, talk around, do whatever. And then in a little bit, I will just slip away because my inner child is not comfortable. I'm not comfortable coming out, not comfortable, and I'm not comfortable sometimes enjoying myself in situations where I don't know a lot of people. So I will just slip out of there. So I kind of indulge my inner child once in a while. And there's good ways to indulge your inner child too. But listen, And one thing that my inner child always said is a thing that myself as a child always said was, well, why? Well, I never got a real good answer. Why? So now when I think of something and my inner child says, well, why? I think about it and I think, well, why? Why not? Sometimes it's why no, because this and this. Sometimes it's like, well, why not? I should just do that, you know? I'm a little bit impulsive anyway, but listen to your inner child. You got to figure out what your inner child needs and wants, and you need to cater to that once in a while. Childhood memories. I had a problem with childhood memories. My inner child had a problem with childhood memories. So what I did was I scanned back over my childhood memories, and I decided that I was not going to feel bad about a lot of my childhood memories anymore, but I was going to remember good ones, because I have good ones too. I have very good childhood memories, a lot. I have some sad ones. One of my favorite childhood memories is going to my grandmother's on my mother's side every Christmas to visit. We had to drive for 4 hours to see them, and it was wonderful to see them. We didn't get to see them except for holidays. And every year my grandmother would give me some small fun thing and a nightgown or a pair of pajamas. As I got older, mostly it was nightgowns. When I was young, it was pajamas. But one year, it was the best time ever. I went to Grandma's and she got me a nightgown. It wasn't a pajamas, it was a nightgown, and I loved it. And she bought me these little coloring leaflets, and they were for painting. And you didn't even need any paint. And you didn't even need brushes on the end of your thing. It was just a little stick. And you dipped it in the water and you rubbed it over it, and it magically, the colors came out and it made this picture, and you paint it with just water. And that was one of my favorite things I always remember. And I always remember getting the nightgown. I was so excited. I was getting pajamas or a nightgown, and Grandma would always say, well, wear it tonight and see if it fits. So I'd have to put it on that night and see if it fit, and for heaven's sake, it always fit. You know, it always fit. And I was like, gee, how does Grandma know? You know, it fits every year. I'm a gullible person, yes, I admit. But I could never figure out that maybe my mom was telling her what size, you know, to buy. But I just loved it. That's one of my favorite childhood memories, is a lot of my Christmases with my grandma. So I try to think about the good ones, and the other ones, they don't serve me any purpose. They don't do anything for me. There's nothing that I can change. So I choose to let those be in the past, and I choose to remember happy childhood memories. So remember things from your childhood that makes you feel good, that made you feel good as a child, and you can support your inner child that way. Be playful. Enjoy yourself. Oh my gosh, that's another thing. I didn't play too much when I was a kid. I had a lot of responsibilities, and like I said, I wasn't allowed to do a lot of the other things that other kids were allowed to do. So being playful was okay when I was younger. I could, you know, run and go and play with the kids in the neighborhood and play outside and things like that. And I enjoyed things like that. But I didn't get a lot of play as a child. So now I am enjoying things. Old things that I used to do, new things that I'm learning to do. I always have fun. I try to joke and laugh whenever I can. I enjoy the company of my friends that understand me. They understand that I have an inner child, and I let it out now, and I don't keep it buried, and I try to have a good time. And sometimes I'm over bubbly, and sometimes I'm just, half the time I've lightened up. I don't take myself so seriously anymore. Children don't take too much seriously. They just la-di-da along, and they have a good time, and they just enjoy themselves, and the simplest things can, you know, brighten their day. And so I've decided that I'm not going to take myself or anything so seriously anymore. I'm going to let my inner child come out, and I am going to let myself play. I actually even have play clothes. I don't know if anybody else remembers play clothes. When you come home from school when you were young and you got out of your school clothes into your play clothes, so you wouldn't mess your school clothes up. But I have play clothes, and I can go outside and I can get them dirty. Get dirty. It's okay to get dirty. It washes off. You know, you can go out and get dirty. And I do stuff outside, and I wear my play clothes, and they're just bad clothes. And if I get them all messed up, stained up, dirty, who cares? I'll hang on to them, wash them, and wear them the next time I want to be outside and not care if I get dirty. Spend a day just not giving a shit about anything. Kids don't worry. They don't worry that much unless they get placed into situations where it makes them worry. But spend a day not caring if you get anything done. Do whatever you want to do. Run your own life. If you want to take care of something, fine. If you don't want to take care of nothing, fine. Just if you don't feel like it, don't do it. Indulge your inner child. Children don't get a lot done. They're not supposed to. Every now and then you can give yourself a break and indulge your inner child and just not do anything. Or do just the only things that you want to do and nothing else. As long as you're not hurting anybody or doing anything illegal, go for it. If you like music, oh my gosh, I didn't listen to a lot of music when I was growing up. We were very religious, as I always bring up about my childhood, because it was. And the only music we were actually allowed to listen to was gospel music for quite some time. I was probably 12, 13 years old before I started going to friends' house and listening to, secular music. It was something to discover all kinds of rock and roll, blues, all kinds of music. I was just like, give me more. I couldn't get enough. I listened to all kinds of music. When I got old enough to have music of my own, my older brother, he got my very first stereo that I ever had when I was about 14. He went and bought it for me, brought it home. He was living with us at the time. He was probably about 19, 20 years old, and he gave it to me, and he told my parents, I bought this for her, and she's keeping it. And that's how I got my first ever to have my own music. All that time, I'd listen to the radio or listen to music at somebody else's house, and I just can't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough of it, and I love music, and I'm not so good at playing it as I used to be, but I like to fiddle around, and I like to listen to it, and I like to dance in my house if nobody's around, and I like to headbang, whatever I feel like doing. I like to exercise to heavy metal. I like heavy metal music. I'm sorry, I do. Just whatever you want to indulge your inner child in that makes it feel good, you just do it. Just do it. As long as you don't hurt anybody else, do what makes your inner child happy. Laugh. Oh gosh, laughter. There's an old saying that laughter is the best medicine. And laughter is good for you. It stimulates the receptors in your brain where you have that dopamine and serotonin and everything that makes your little brain cells be happy. And laughing makes your little brain cells fire and makes you happy. And the brain doesn't know whether you're really laughing or not. So you can even put on a laugh, act like you're really happy and laugh and not even be real, and your brain doesn't know any different. So it's still going to put out those chemicals. So the more laughter that you have, and you get a lot of laughter by letting out your inner child and letting it play and having fun and not caring about things so seriously. You can actually develop a whole new existence practically by freeing your inner child, accepting your inner child, and going with it. You know, that's a part of you. It's not something that's backed off in the corner that we're hiding from everyone. That is a part of you, a very vital part of you. And when you discover your inner child and you discover what to do to comfort yourself and soothe yourself, because a lot of us, like myself, we only have ourselves to depend on. We only have ourselves. So we need to treat ourselves right, and we need to love ourselves and love our inner child. I'm so grateful for my friends that know me, and they know that I let my inner child out more. I let it out. I let my inner child make some decisions. Can't make all decisions, but I let it make some decisions, and I am happier. I feel like a ton of weight's been lifted off my shoulders. And I even have people come up to me and say, you know what I like about you? I like about you because you're so confident. Me, who underneath it all is scared of everything. I'm so confident. Really? You think so? And yeah, I love it that you're so confident. Well, I found a new confidence from just letting my inner child come out and not hide. And it's given me a whole new confidence. So think about that. You know, think about being a comfort to yourself. Think about giving your inner child what your inner child needs, and you'll be able to grow as an adult. Thank you very much for watching. It's been another great evening with you. Don't forget the Facebook Real American Cougar page. Go on there and look at our memes and look at our pictures and look at our little sayings. Add something on there. Give us a little word of wisdom or something funny to laugh at. Do watch the other 39 episodes. We've got 39 episodes now of Real American Cougar. They're all various topics of interest to single mature women and a lot of people in general. So enjoy and take care. Love your inner child. Peace out.